Welcome to the Dungeons and Donors charity live stream session. What session are we on? 6? Session 6.
Brain creatures. What? Okay. No, never. Wait, what's going on?
What's going on?
We are fighting the second phase of the undead part.
You're all shaken awake, feeling tremors in the ground.
Man.
Tremors from the movie Tremors.
Wait, did I take a long rest since last session?
I'll say
I'm like
yeah.
half dead.
Yeah.
You're woken up from your beds in the inn by tremors. You think maybe the house is shaking. That's what I do.
I wake up.
Yep.
You're awake, yes.
Yes.
Some of your windows actually start to crack a little bit. Yours even shatters.
I put my good eyes looking around.
I can't
See,
tell which way gravity's
you-
going, guys.
You can see some of the trees swaying back and forth. It's like the ground seems to be moving.
Stuff one is always just figure out which way gravity's going, I think.
Is that what you're waiting for? I jump the stone down.
Give that rocket toss.
Okay.
That's what I just
What are you
waited
doing
for.
exactly?
I guess I go downstairs.
Okay.
Looking for everyone else.
Yeah, we
I
got
was
this.
down.
Everyone else should
Okay.
group up.
You're all downstairs.
I think we should have the building actually.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Is there a window nearby?
There's a door nearby.
Okay.
I mean, you could always go
Is there a
out.
chimney nearby?
I was just wondering.
I mean, there is a window nearby, yes.
Okay. I jumped through that.
I'm going out the door.
I follow. Wait. How many levels is this building? This is just one story.
You're on the first floor now.
Okay, sweet.
Or the second floor is like the rooms.
Okay, fine. I still jump out the window for flare.
From the first or second floor.
Second.
Make an acrobatics check.
plus 3, so 12.
Okay. You kind of like watch the landing a little bit, but
Sweet.
you recover pretty well.
Let's go. I'm a natural born athlete because I'm a Goliath.
So that's athletics, but
Wait.
not
Oh, crap.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
The last thing.
What are we doing? No, go ahead. I was thinking the very last thing we're doing is getting stuck in the dream world.
Yeah.
Oh
Tyler's
my
not
gosh.
Yeah, Tyler's still in the dream.
Oh my god.
So the
What the heck is
tremors,
going on?
stop for a minute.
Okay. Arcane check. 12.
I assist her.
Okay.
There we go.
20.
Let's go.
Thank you.
These seem to be not necessarily magical, but definitely some kind of earthquakes.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
no.
put my ear to the ground and listen to it.
He pulls up like a stethoscope.
Yeah.
Whatever that.
Putting your ear to the ground, you can hear the scurrying of the rats before
Oh, steppers.
below the floorboards.
Are we outside?
You went outside, right? Okay. Yeah, no. Putting your ear to the ground, you hear dirt. There's now dirt in your ear.
You hear dirty.
Do you speak dirt speech?
In fact, I do. No. I'm
Technically,
not
I
born.
actually have 2 languages I can learn, but I haven't actually picked yet. So can I make one of those dirt speech?
That's not real.
Hungry guys.
I will allow you dirt speech.
I don't want to waste the language.
What's happening? What's the difference?
It's an earthquake.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Okay. Making your way outside, off a couple blocks away where Mama Verde's door normally is. The door seems to be warping a little bit.
I'll
Oh
walk right through.
god, is she okay?
I'll walk right through like I own the place.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
You-
Arcana check on it.
Okay. Roll Arcana.
I have +4. 15.
Nice.
Okay.
Well done.
Seems to be warping of some sort.
Something is wrong. Something is clearly very, very wrong.
What do we do, guys?
It doesn't seem like the colors are changing in the same way they were when you went through the corrupt doorway, but something isn't right still.
This is horseman magic.
Hmm. Alright.
I wish I'd done with those.
I want to open the door, not go through it.
Okay.
Well, first I'm knocking,
Okay, you knock.
because
No, you have to knock it down.
I have to be polite.
You knock and there's no answer.
No answer? Okay.
Alright, now we knock it down.
I'm opening it.
Okay.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Okay.
It actually sort of creaks open on its own.
I kick it in.
Okay, it's open and you kick it in further. You, the handle slams into the wall.
Rip the door off there.
No, you like break the breaking some of the drywall. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Drywall.
And then together.
What?
The sheetrock shatters.
Somebody made a bad try.
I say, I call out.
Taco Bell sprang this crunch wrap filled with crispy
Mama Verde, do you have a Taco Bell around here?
It is Mama Verde's hallway with the curtains.
I'm going to her room. I'm going straight to her room. I care about this woman. She gave me a hug during a bad time. I'm going to her room.
I enter and search the rest of the house. Just make sure that there's nothing
Okay.
afoot.
I stay at the doorway. Halfway in and out.
Okay. And you?
I stand outside her room,
Okay.
watching carefully.
Roll investigation.
Mm-hmm. 9.
Yeah, you can see drops of blood here and there.
Mammal blood.
Coconut?
Here and there,
And
you
a-
said?
Yeah, and you actually see a couple like paw prints, like bloody paw prints.
Did that cat turn back into a demon?
You know,
Do I not remember what?
No, like
That's a different
big
person.
ones.
Like tabaxi.
see,
Oh.
can you tell if it's male or female tabaxi?
He cannot with that roll. I'm not gonna let you.
What role would you have to do to check that?
I don't know.
History?
I was just gonna
Animal
let that.
handling?
Wait. I'm supposed to do animal handling. So possible cat rolls.
Make
Yeah,
your
just
way
like a
into
+3
Mama
animal
Verde's
handling.
room,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and upon moving the curtain, you see two things. Shiv is up against one of the columns, one of the wooden columns, with a spear through his throat, limp with his eyes open and blood running down. You can see blood at his feet as well.
I'm gonna go up to him and close his eyes. If I can reach.
Do a medical check, see if he's okay.
Well, what's the other thing?
The other thing you see is Mama Verde's bed, empty, with the blanket draped over like it's been something, like she had fallen out of it onto the other side.
I go check if she's there. on the other side.
Walking around the
Careful.
bed, walking around the bed,
Build my character up.
you see Mama Verde lying on her side with a gash in her throat and a puddle of blood surrounding her.
Y'all,
We've got a murder on our hands.
Was everything okay in there?
nope.
Did you not do what Andrew said?
If you looked in, you would be able to see this as well.
Okay.
Is she alive?
I heard her gasp when she saw
No,
Shane,
she-
so I was kind of going into.
I'm not even in the room this is.
No idea.
I mean, what's your medicine?
0.
I do a medicine check +5.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
I slip and fall in the
You
blood.
I was gonna say that actually. Yeah, you walk in, you like slip in some of the blood, and fall down. Looking at her, she does appear dead. The blood is still somewhat fresh.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use one of my Kyotom's ointments. Even though she might be dead, I care for this woman.
How many uses of it do you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
It gives 2d8 HP +2 if she felt that.
Okay. I'm gonna say go ahead and roll 2d8, and then I'll let you know if anything happens. Alright, pouring some into her mouth. You sit there holding her head in your lap. And for a moment it seems like her hand twitches just a little bit. But after about a minute of lying there with, or sitting there with her, nothing. Colin? Sorry, Uwe. Where are you at again?
Halfway in and out of the doorway.
Okay, what's your passive perception? I'm just curious.
11.
Okay. You actually kind of notice on the ground the, like, sort
Inside or out?
of inside the hallway, glass that has been like a trail of glass, and at the end of it, it looks like it was a crystal ball that's been shattered.
I cast mending on it.
Okay, you cast mending, but it's just crystal. Now,
The magic is gone.
yes. From what you can
Oh,
tell.
life. Alright.
Whoa!
Did she have arrangements? I don't know.
One of your feet starts to shake, the one that's on the outside, as the earthquakes continue or start up again in the material world. However, none of you feel earthquakes.
It's happening again outside. Legs a little shaky. What should we do?
Maybe she has like something on her that would hint at what happened to her, you know? Like a feather. You know what I mean?
I wish we had stronger
Okay,
magic.
yeah.
We could do a lot more with stronger magic. Hell, I can bring it back to the dead.
At later levels, yeah.
It's actually as a zombie. You know, it's like like a full-on resurrection, like a heavy duty stuff.
Okay.
I'm staying where I am, kind
Wait, so you feel those tremors?
of. Yeah, I yelled
He
it.
does, but none of the rest of you do.
I yelled it though. So
Oh, you
know.
yelled it?
I investigate the spear that is in Ship's neck.
Okay. Roll investigation.
What is it? Investigation?
Wisdom, I think.
What's
Charisma.
4?
No, it's intelligence. Investigation is intelligence.
15.
Alright,
So
it's
15.
There we go.
Okay. This is strangely enough, it's like a built spear, like one that comes into 3 parts, typically used by assassins. And some of the engravings on it give hints towards darker origins.
History check.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna look first.
History and I will assist you.
Okay. I have +4, so. Yeah, okay, thanks for the assist. Hey, so 17.
Okay. Some of these are markings signifying the 4 horsemen.
Oh.
This seems to have been potentially a gift from them,
So they hired someone.
potentially.
Dang. Well, I heard Uwe yell, so I'm gonna race towards him.
Okay, running towards him, you look outside and see the buildings trembling, the trees shaking back and forth violently as the ground is moving. However, you notice inside, just past the door, there are no earthquakes.
Hmm.
Seems like the earthquakes aren't affecting this area.
Interesting.
We're in a different realm.
Yeah.
Shut the door and see what happens. No, wait, don't.
The horror's not been right here. Just make sure the door doesn't shut.
Yeah, exactly.
They rip it off the hinges. Anyways.
The lights and the lanterns in Mama Verde's house start to flicker and shake.
Okay, I'm going back into the main room.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
I become alert.
Okay.
Hey.
You're heading to the main world?
Main room.
Main
I was
world.
in her bedroom.
I think she's like,
Main world.
well, yeah, okay, this seems
Well,
like
after
something.
I cover her with a sheet.
You don't have danger sense yet, do you?
No,
Okay,
not a level 2.
just wondering.
I start going through everything. This is Mama Bear Day.
Right.
She's probably gonna have some useful stuff to use right now.
Mhm.
So
Wait, didn't we sign a contract to her?
We did.
You know?
I guess it's void now.
We out.
Wait, I do have danger sense. Sorry.
Oh, you do?
You have advantage on dex saving throws. You can fix that. You can see, well, not blinded, deafened or incapacitated.
I blindfold you.
All right. You feel a strange like tingle, and the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up.
Oh.
You get a weird sense to look south.
South. I look south.
Okay, you're outside of the. You're in the. What do I call it? The material world right now.
Yes.
You're in this town.
The oval.
Alright.
Looking south, you can see like a cloud, like a far-off wall almost, and the earthquakes start to continue. They stopped for another 30 seconds, and then they started right back up again.
Something's coming. Do you sense it?
I sense it. I warned them.
You can see it covering all along the horizon.
Hey, I'm like, guys, there's some pretty sick clouds out here.
Okay.
do I see find anything or some magic item that's the keys or something? Or like the hooks?
I mean, there's definitely some interesting stuff, but a lot of the things that were once magical are no longer.
They were tied to her, basically.
Potentially, yes.
Is my hat
Well,
water
the
magical
town
then?
Your hat still seems to be magical, as far as you can tell. I mean, not really. There's no water around to test it. Guess you'll find out.
Huh.
So, are you all outside of the door now?
I'm kind of scared of whatever the heck that is.
I'm gonna go outside the door.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Oh,
Okay,
I
do
can't
whatever
not
you
go.
want.
She's going.
So, and you?
I put a pebble in the doorway and I go outside.
Nice.
Okay.
Good move.
So the door can close.
Big thing.
Okay. Stepping outside, looking south, it seems whatever it is coming fast, and the wall is getting even taller. The earthquakes are getting more violent. Some of the buildings in town even start to like crumble a little bit.
Sweet. I don't know.
Looking over at the sewer, you see a couple of like the outside columns collapse.
I don't know if we can fight a wall of death.
Dude,
We're gonna go back in and shut the door.
it's one of the horsemen probably.
Yeah.
It's like riding in
A
on
little
this
cloud
cloud.
gets stuck in here though. If it's
You actually start to see like lightning, like different colors of lightning
Like, which could either way.
in the clouds.
Alright, so we yeeting out of here because I'm not. Anybody trying to fight a god right now?
There's actually like you can see a lot closer than the wall. The parts of the ground start to crack
Oh god.
and open up.
Oh.
Alright.
Alright, so full send out of here.
Yeah.
Y'all good with leaving?
Should probably go.
And that's. Oh yeah, sure.
We're gonna have to find some way to weaken them before we can fight them. Probably.
How did you guys actually fight him before?
I don't think he was really trying all the way.
It was like representatives of them. It wasn't them themselves.
You actually can hear a and looking back at the door, you notice the pebble has been moved because of the quaking of the ground, and the door shuts.
I grabbed the door.
Twirls a little bit, the colors change, and it starts to creak open a little bit again.
Let's go inside.
Should we dive in without looking in?
Yeah, portal. We're just going in.
Let's go right in.
Okay.
All right,
I mean,
and I'm gonna just say for the heck of it that Ezra is also with you,
Okay.
because I'd rather him not be dead. Not that everything outside is gonna die. So all four of you go through the door, yes? Going through the door,
Anyone want to die?
right as you're closing the door. Are you closing the door behind you?
Of course.
Right as you're closing the door behind you, you can see the cloud almost catching up as the world starts to be like crumbled to pieces around you.
Smart choice that we all went into the portal, right?
Man, that's a bummer. We live in the world.
yeah, that's what we
where I live.
I'm one of the idiots that lives in it.
Yeah,
I start feeling a tremor out in the real world.
Wait, no, let's do that.
Alright, we look around, I assume. See where we're at.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we all look around. That's so much.
Everything's black now. It's hard to see.
Can us dark vision people see?
Yes, can us dark vision do?
Can you see through magical darkness? Oh, I will also note, right before you... Yeah, I'm going to say right before... No, I'm not going to write comment. I got this. Making your way through the dark, you can hear the footsteps of 5 other individuals.
I'm calling out to them.
Do I get danger sense from this?
Yo, do you speak common?
You can hear,
Or Gnomish?
you can hear five others other than yourself, I mean.
Oh.
Not 5 others.
Row.
Then,
Excluding ourselves, you mean?
Excluding yourself.
So it's a group the same size. So there are 10 people here. If Ezra's with us.
I don't
Like,
think we see each other is what he's saying.
I'm saying, like, you can't see each other. You can hear yourself and 5 other individuals each.
Then there's somebody else.
Is that
Who's there?
We have to prove who each other
Do I
is.
feel
I
like
dropped
there's danger nearby?
Not really.
Oh, sweet. Alright, he's a friend, guys.
Or she.
I speaking
Or
now.
they.
No, what I meant to-
I
Or
speak-
they?
I must
Or
wait.
they.
Dang.
What's your name?
I thought we were friends.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god, I just couldn't see you.
I can see you.
I can't see anything.
Just kidding.
Because we all have blindfolds on.
Yeah, I'm pretty much used to this at this point, friends. I will guide you. You hear a trip, and
Oh, wait.
Follow me.
Okay, right as I get down here, I want to pay attention to my feet. What does it feel like I'm walking on? Does it feel like grass?
I got an idea.
It's like you're walking
solid.
I kind
Like
of.
So like hot lava.
I guess very far out. Everyone here.
it's like
Walking in the nether.
strong dirt, like hacked.
I like dirt.
Is that a spell or a cantrip?
Spell.
Okay, you cast it. There seems to be no effect, no visual effect.
What did you cast?
Very far. A lot of stuff about each other.
Yeah,
And then like, do I lose a spell slot still though? You don't know.
Okay, and then I'm gonna say it sputters, and then like it's dim, but you can see it now. So you cast it on who all?
No, it's an area effect.
Oh.
We have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Do they have to make the dex save?
Everyone within the vicinity,
Okay.
including me.
They can choose to fail it though.
I suppose. That was never said. Just there's dexterity saving throw. You gotta
Usually
do
with
that.
saving throws, if you can just choose to fail a saving throw.
So
You never told me that. I would have changed everything.
Are you talking about death saving throws?
so
Everybody's lit now. Nice.
Can I just choose to
Yay.
pass?
so
You can
I
see
say
it
no.
vaguely around you. It just seems to be a
does any? I get also do objects. It's all within a cube.
okay.
So is it just us within this world right now? And it's within 20 feet cube.
From what you can see, there's also some footprints that led off to a small like decline. Looking over the decline, you can see Bray, who has rolled down.
Are you okay down there?
Yes.
I would like to warn that even though we can see each other and more now, anything that attacks us has advantage.
This whole
But we can
realm
now see now who's who.
that you're actively in is just dirt.
So should I go down the decline? I slide down if I can.
Okay. You slide down. Roll athletics or acrobatics. I'll allow either.
All of us. that
Each
are
of you going down the decline.
14.
13.
5.
19.
Okay.
Nice.
All of you do just fine. You topple over just like how Gray did. And roll to the bottom.
Nice.
So, yeah, it seems to continue like this for a while. But you start to notice who has the highest passive perception.
Not gonna be me.
12.
13.
Okay.
11.
You notice first
As I'm noticing something.
that Uwe is a little bit see-through.
Oh my
Louis.
gosh, I knew it. You should have killed him for me.
Upon
Feeling alright, Louis?
Upon noticing this, you looking around, the others are looking a little more transparent.
I look at myself.
You're also vaguely transparent.
Oh.
No, wait, is it that kind of transparent?
No.
I
What
tried.
I can do this before.
Guys, we're transparent.
You can also see sort of into each person, and now like once you point this out, everybody else can notice it.
Okay.
In each person is like a little bit of a flame. It's different colored.
It's my color.
Yeah, what's our colors?
So
Wait,
yours,
I tell everyone what their colors are. And I ask them what mine is.
yours is green, gold. I would say that. What's his face? Ezra. Ezra's is blue. Yours is also a dark blue. Magenta.
God, gosh dang it.
Ooh.
I mean, it's kind of
Little flames. Gray's is actually more of a white flame.
Yeah, there's not much to him.
Aw.
Thanks.
That wasn't canon. I'm not that mean.
This means he's pure of heart.
Roll performance. Hey, joke landed.
15.
You also notice,
It's a mana, by the way, my spell.
Okay.
Oh,
Good now. As you're walking along across the coarse dirt, compact dirt, whatever. There's like occasional like swirls of what looks like magic, different colors, just kind of shimmer around.
I like that. I want to try to speak with small beasts. I want to see if there's. I will feel for any rats or anything down below.
All right.
What about mice?
Is that something you have to like
Collection
activate,
wise.
or is it something you just do?
Something I can just do, for sure.
Okay. You don't seem to notice any of the in the area.
No worms?
No worms.
No.
How quiet is it?
Aside from the
Too
other
quiet.
footsteps, dead quiet. There seems to be no wind, actually.
And we can't see anything else but each other for now.
Yeah, other than, the dirt and yourselves. Each other.
I'm gonna
Actually,
try to light a torch and see if I can, if that does anything. I don't probably.
You're able to light a torch, yeah.
Can I? Does it
It
cast light?
barely. Not much.
I sit down,
You're-
meditate.
Your magical light is only giving off dim light right now.
Yeah.
So yours is basically giving up as much as like a lighter would. Like you'd have to hold it right up next to something.
What's a lighter?
A match.
I.
I meditate, you just listen for sound.
Okay.
I want to join you in that. Meditation time.
I do yoga.
You just hear all
I
that
just,
going.
I just went through a bad thing. I'm kind of sad right now, but I also want to fight. So I'm like,
Roll perception. Each of you that's gonna meditate and focus, perception.
You play cards? I have cards.
5.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
We're playing cards.
But you can't really
What are we
see the
doing?
cards.
Just
You
testing
roll?
rolls?
Yeah.
So I guess it's-
Oh, you win the game.
15.
Money, please.
No.
I'm too distracted to focus.
That's another game. They're still
You start to hear
sleeping, sitting up.
Oh,
But
you
they're
won that
playing
one.
cards.
We're playing cards right now.
We're trying to meditate here.
They're trying to meditate.
I can't focus.
Or they're like,
You hear cackling.
Can't tell which direction. Or is it everywhere?
It's
Or in my head?
coming from a very strange direction. You also notice now that there's something dripping down the back of your legs. It is not yours. It's not yours.
I'm like crisscross. I'm like, I wipe my hand in the back of my leg. Go. I like it.
You lick it.
Let's lie.
It tastes
so
like-
far, homie.
It tastes like spicy water, and the cackling
Yes.
is a little bit louder.
Fire weather.
Something's cackling.
You can't hear this. Actually, only he can hear it.
I
can't-
stand up and start walking that direction here, and I tell him I hear something in the distance.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you.
Okay.
Hi.
Pull up my spear.
You notice there's something dripping from his pouch, from his backpack.
Is it my damn demon
Is
water?
it the
Oh,
demon?
God.
Because when you said spicy water,
Spicy water.
I was saying demon water.
I'm pointing it out to him because I probably didn't notice that he would have.
Okay.
Honestly.
I reach in the back looking for a leaf.
It's empty.
Oh,
And I liked it too. So.
is it inside you?
I chuck the bottle in the direction.
It smashes on the ground.
I pull out my flute and just start playing happy tunes as I go that direction.
The sounds start to be drowned out.
Oh.
What happened?
The louder you try and play the instrument, the harder it becomes. And the happier the tune, the quieter it starts to get.
I try to play sadder.
He goes the opposite
It
direction.
sounds fine.
I try to play really loud sad music.
It's really loud, sad music.
I
Right.
am having emotions right now because I'm so sad.
I put it up and follow with the cat.
Going in that direction, you actually can now see two trees that come together, sort of like crossing each other.
Just
And you can actually see through the trees as if they're some sort of portal.
Another portal.
And the rest of the three of you will only see dirt.
So I have two rocks. I got a rock of gravity protection and I have a shiny rock. I grabbed my shiny rock, which I got from the first chest I went through ever, and I chunk it at the trees to see what happens.
He chunks a rock, like off, and it like hits the ground.
Wait, is this the gravity rock?
No.
no,
Yeah.
shiny.
It's shiny rock.
Okay, sweet.
It goes through and it lands on the ground.
Just straight to the trees. No
Yeah.
teleportation on that side.
No, it just goes straight past, straight through the trees.
Does anybody else see these trees? Or is it just me?
You tell me. Ask them.
He called out like there's something over there, so I kind of was
Yeah, I
checking
was
it out.
following, but
Yeah, we stopped working.
We're just
We'll
following.
go over there.
I walked straight towards it, but not like I keep like 5 feet between the trees and like, y'all see this?
do I see this?
No, you do not. You see dirt for
I don't see anything. All I
miles.
see is dirt.
I see it though.
All you see is dirt for miles. Oh, and Gray is right in front of you.
Oh.
Greg, can you see something?
I see a lot of things.
Hey, Greg, I dropped my shiny rock right here. Can you pick it up?
I can. He walks through, and nothing. He just walks through and picks it up.
Thank
This.
you. Yeah.
He just walks over and picks it up off the ground. Looking through the trees, you can actually see some grass, some dead grass, and it looks like the entrance to maybe a graveyard. There are a couple tombstones and a path that leads through some wooded areas.
Can I see the path?
Dirt for miles.
Dirt.
Oh, but we can see for miles now.
Dirt for miles.
I grab.
Well, okay, you can't see for miles, but dirt.
It's
said I could see from
my
my
I walk into it.
All right,
Oh,
you
we
walk
follow.
through the trees. You watch as he walks and disappears.
Okay.
I'm.
And I will get back to you later.
Look up your character
Oh,
sheet.
I was gonna ask one thing.
What's that?
If I turn around, do I see back into that
You see
world?
woods.
Always gonna try to grab someone's hand and go through.
Oh wait.
You hear a bird.
G-squaw.
A bird actually like flies up right near you. It's actually a hummingbird.
Oh, Malelu. I speak with animals. I'm like, hey, where are we?
Just sort of stares at you and then wisps away.
Do you guys see this bird?
Homebird.
Okay, I'm gonna follow it. I know this is probably a bad idea.
Once you turn sort of to the right, you can actually see. It looks like the entrance to a small cave, and you can see like something's glowing from it. Even a couple mushrooms that are glowing.
I'm definitely going in the mushroom cave.
And the hummingbird stops for a minute at the entrance, turns and looks at you, and then flies in.
I'm gonna follow it.
Okay. You
And
start-
we're like, what? Where are you going?
You just
There's
see
a
dirt.
cave. There's a hummingbird.
Stop splitting up.
No! We just lost Uwe.
Now you're losing next.
walking towards it. You go into the hole, and she vanishes.
Okay. Alright, buddy
It's just
system.
the three of us. You, me, and Ezra.
And
And me.
Oh yeah.
I'm still here.
Oh, shoot. Wish I was blindfolded now.
Wait, I see. He's not blindfolded right now.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a good time for me to go to the bathroom?
It is.
I'll be back.
Since you're dead now.
just rip that.
Uh-oh.
Rip this up.
Dope.
Oh, Lavi.
Yes. Who said that?
Saya.
Am I going senile again?
You can actually see a light in the distance.
I follow it like a little baby with my arms out. I'm like, oh.
There's actually sort of like stone relics, like almost like Stonehenge, with sort of square gates that sort of lead along a path.
Oh, where are you going?
It's the stones from my dreams. I must follow them.
And you can actually see on one of the stones a symbol. It looks like a shield with many like scars and dents in it.
Do I recognize this shield, this emblem?
You do. This is the emblem.
This is the emblem of my goddess.
It is.
But it's been like attacked.
It's old.
Hmm.
Maybe not attacked. The shield symbol is normally shown having scratches and like scrapes on it and stuff.
War torn.
Yeah. But if as you're making your way along the path,
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yes. I try to pick up one of the stones and look under it first.
Dirt. There's some worms.
Okay.
Worms.
You see him? You see him pick up some dirt, and it just
Whoa, what are you
Clawing at the
doing?
ground.
Snap out of it, man.
I must go alone.
No. That's not how you just said stop splitting up.
I'm walking through this like magical thing. You don't see anything. You're just in front of me like,
Hey, what's up?
come back. Yes, I continue along the path.
okay.
Using my spear as a staff.
He starts to fade away.
No. Come back here.
Grab
Or
it.
what?
Grab it,
No. And he's gone.
Oh, you didn't grab
Looking back around, you're like, well, Ezra, Gray is just us. You turn around and Gray is just gone.
Great.
This is just a blindfold light on the ground.
Ezra's like, I'm not gonna go. I'm not an idiot.
It's a perfect title.
That other?
It's my dad.
Ignore. Loser.
You can see turning and after you turn around and see Ezra, you can see behind him like a trail of bodies with weapons sticking out of some of them.
Sweet. Alright, I go over to them, collect all the valuables.
Walking along, and actually there are some bushes up ahead, but it looks like an entrance to like maybe a courtyard
Sweet.
through the shrubs.
I sprint full speed into it.
Okay, you charge right in.
Yep. Doesn't mean disappear.
And while you were gone, I died too.
What did you go into?
I saw. What it was
Wait,
again.
Your goddess's shield.
No, yeah, I know.
His
But,
goddess's emblem shield.
Yeah, I saw the emblem.
I didn't add
And
for
the
you.
wall path. And I found worms, but you weren't here to talk to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
that's okay. I don't think worms have the intelligence for me to talk to
The
them.
creatures aren't here jerks anymore.
Hey, don't call worms that.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't. It has to be.
Business right now.
Making your way along, you start to pass through a graveyard. There's some like fog here and there, and the path leads to a house in this sort of swampy woods. Most of the graves you actually noticed have been dug up.
I look in them.
There's coffins, but they're open and empty.
Cast predidigitation. A little bit of fire on the house.
The fire starts but quickly goes out. The cackling seems to continue, but it's coming from the house. It's much clearer now.
How well can I see?
Pretty well. Much better than you could before. There's actually some occasional lanterns hung up here and there.
I light them as I go.
Well, some of them are already lit.
You extinguish them as you go.
I guess I go up to the house.
Alright. Making your way up to the house. It seems like an old house that's run down with water damage. There is a couple lights inside.
I circle the house.
Okay, circling the house, there's a couple lights inside. There's also some crocodiles in the swamp. Just kind of chilling.
Is there a back door?
There is, actually. The back door actually is a little staircase that leads down to a door.
I'll go back to the front and knock.
Okay, you knock. And the cackling stops for a moment. And then the door.
I kick it before it's halfway done, yelling, I'm tired of these damn slow doors.
Okay. Making your way in, you can actually see a hatch that is open in the floor. The house is decorated fairly normally. But going down the steps, it seems very different. A different feel, a different vibe from downstairs. There are like meat hooks and stuff, a couple of which have like legs and arms and other pieces of bodies. Some of these seem like they're bodies from the graves.
Oh man.
As a person who knows a thing about meat, do I know what kind of these are?
Humanoid, all humanoid.
I touch one to see how real it feels.
It's real.
I keep going.
As real as you are. Continuing along, there's sort of a workshop down here with different tools and instruments of cutting things apart. And the cackling is much clearer. You can see. What's that?
I bet I shall pull an arrow out. Pull up a dice for me meat. Pound it into the arrow. Draw my arrow and continue on in.
Okay. Making your way in, you can actually see towards one of the back ends of this basement. There's a curtain. There's some light being shining on it from the other side, and you can see the silhouette of some sort of humanoid just eating something. And that seems to be the source of the cackling.
Cast Prestidigitation. I really hope I'm saying this right. Am I saying that right?
Prestidigitation. It's a long
So I cast most of it on fire and it just waits.
Okay. Starts to burn away. The shadow of the figure doesn't seem to take any notice of it. But as it burns away, you can see the source of the light, and where the shadow is being cast from, there should be something standing there, but there's nothing.
I snuff the flame spell and
You do, however, see a little floating piece of meat.
Sweet.
loose. Shoot it.
Okay, roll to hit.
It's forcing no matter how much I added that hit it.
You hit the wall.
I just kind of stared in, a little bit anger, stupidity, and then just walk up to the knee and hit it with my fist.
Do you enjoy this?
I enjoy this. What is this?
This flesh.
It's not prepped properly at all. What is this? I didn't order this. I want to anger him.
I brought you here for a reason.
And
I feel as though we're in tune in many ways.
what?
The fire that's still burning some of the curtains is casting the shadow again on the back wall.
The fire that's
You-
burning the curtains.
Yes. There's still a little bit of fire burning some of the curtains.
Okay.
And it's casting like a flickering shadow on the wall, the back wall. And you can see the shadow of a figure that is not there. And you can sort of see its jaw moving as he's speaking.
Am I still transparent?
No.
So, like, what do you want? You got me here.
I just needed somebody to talk to. Somebody who shares my taste.
This doesn't look seasoned at all.
Perhaps. However, we do have in common that people judge us for our tastes.
A little bit. You smack my damn hand. And did you want me to help you or something?
No. I wanted to help you.
Okay. What exactly?
Wants you to eat it.
He wants.
I want to support you in what you do.
I think what I have to.
I want to support your eating habits.
I think what I have to do a little pass on the floating meat.
The meat drops onto the table. And the flames start moving to where that form should be standing. And start to swirl around until there's a more physical form of a humanoid. About 6-7 feet tall, standing there. How's this?
See, you want me to eat the meat.
Not this meat. I want you to have the freedom to eat whatever meat you find.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Cuisine.
Alright.
I will support you in this, granting you some of my power.
Ooh.
In exchange,
For your soul.
I want to see it become more commonplace and less taboo to consume the flesh of another humanoid. I was burned at the stake when I was alive.
You know, man, that like, I'm not really that much into murder and stuff. I'm just more like, the person's dead
If it's
and
there.
it's me. Yeah.
I didn't kill anyone either.
What's up with this dungeon back here?
Oh, it's my mom's basement. She died like 100 years ago.
And you like grave robbing? It's like, just like it finally aged or something?
Well, I was hungry and curious about old meat. It's not like wine.
No?
Age
You
makes
sick?
it worse.
Okay. Okay, well, alright, so you want cannibalism to be a more common thing, and you want
Yes.
me to do that, and in return you want to grant me some of your power.
Yes.
What kind of power are we talking about here? Power?
Power.
Like XP?
Some of the abilities that I learned in life.
Like level 3 power.
Death is now a stranger to me, but it will not be a stranger to you. However, some of the power that I learned in life, I will grant you.
Cool, I accept.
Okay, cool.
Dean says, I.
Alright. So we got, what? Am I sitting there in blood?
Do we shake on it?
Shake on it? Or this is like that
Shake the
weird
floating hand.
tavern supernatural thing where we gotta kiss or something? Like, what do we gotta do?
Big old
Something like
smooch.
that. You can kiss.
Do we gotta eat the meat?
The flames dissipate. You hear footsteps
Okay.
getting close to you and then a stop.
She's like that.
Kisses you on your forehead. Gently.
You feel a sharp pain.
He's shivving you at me?
Take 2 points of piercing damage as a bite mark appears on your shoulder. And it starts to glow for a second.
Oh, we were into the cage.
I would say write down somewhere on your character sheet the mark of Canaan.
Mark of what?
Canaan.
Canaan.
C-A-N-A-A-N.
C-A-N-A-A-N.
C-A-N-A-A-N. The mark of Canaan.
The computer goes to sleep after like 5 minutes.
Can we change that?
He needs a nap.
Alright. I'll get back to you as far as what mechanically how this will work
Okay.
later. Later in the night. Do we have any viewers? Just curious.
I guess I don't have a bottle of Crucible water.
Nope.
I don't think we do actually. I still got that guy's boots and his small eyes. I was going to use something with that water. Damn.
Imagine a nice guy who wants steaks, he just wants some demon water.
I will.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll get back to you in a bit.
I was going to mix the meat in the water. It's like a potion. I'm sure that.
Making your way down the cave,
Yes.
you see various glowing mushrooms. It's very pretty, actually. This place is beautifully lit. You can actually see in the walls sort of carvings of little houses and towns And you can see the little fairies and pixies walking around doing their day-to-days.
I'm waving at them.
They see you and they seem not startled, but happy.
Yes.
Some of them wave even.
Sweet, huh?
Making your way along, you can actually see there's a little small pixie floating. A little girl, maybe. She's actually floating there crying.
Oh, I don't know how to console her. I'm gonna ask them if they speak common. I just want to let go.
You hear small chattering, but nothing.
Okay.
Making your way along a little bit, you can actually see an older female pixie looking around for someone, perhaps a mother.
No.
Never mind. Okay, so you saw a little girl pixie
Yeah.
crying,
Oh, the mother. Yeah.
and
Okay.
then you find the mother.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the. I'm gonna go.
Mom?
I'm gonna go up to the mom.
Okay.
Um,
She looks at you with a worried face,
and
but she seems to understand you.
yeah, and take her to the little girl.
You take her over and you see the little girl stops crying once she sees her mom, and they fly over to each other and give a big embrace, and then move along.
Good.
Shut up. We'll get to your weird stuff.
I like this.
Making your way further into the cave, you can actually hear the sounds of a peaceful waterfall. Further along. You can actually see the hummingbird ahead of you. It stops every once in a while to look back and make sure you're following.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep following.
Okay. You're a gnome, so you're small, right?
I'm tiny.
You're tiny?
Well, I'm small. I'm
Okay, I was gonna say,
2'5".
okay. Yeah, so the pixies aren't actually that small in comparison to you. Like, actually, not sure you shot exactly. However, making your way further in, the path leads to a bigger opening. You can see beautiful like trees, some of which are like sort of spiraling with like beautiful patterns. A few occasional mushrooms glowing again, and small pixies and fairies and little creatures moving along. You actually see run past for a second something like a fast blur, and then it stops right in front of you. Roll Arcana.
5.
There's something about your size, blue skin, looking at you sort of like not wanting to stand in place, and then like it looks at you for a second and blurs off, moving very quickly.
Dang.
You can see a nice, pretty obviously defined path going along, and there's even a bridge crossing over the blue river.
I'm following the hummingbird. Is
Okay.
it still in
It is, and it's going across the bridge.
going across the bridge?
Okay. It sort of winds its way up, and there seems to be one big, like, overlapping tree holding up actually the ceilings of this part of the cave. And making your way along, you can actually see. Let me just pull it up so you can get a better glimpse. Remember. You can see one of these, the dryad.
Oh.
Sort of shimmering leaves.
Oh.
Ooh.
Move its way around.
Oh.
She sort of stops and looks at you. And then moves along.
Hello.
And once you make your way to the top, the tree sort of has its own little opening, like it's in the trunk of it. And there's actually a woman sitting on her knees, their hands together, possibly praying.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until she's done, depending on how long it takes. I don't want to interrupt her.
You wait 2 hours.
Wait like 15 minutes. 10 minutes.
After about 15 seconds,
Okay, sweet.
you hear her say something in a language you don't understand. And then she opens her eyes and looks at you. She has like almost glowing, light blue eyes.
Do I recognize the language at all?
What do you speak?
Common English.
I don't know if that language is at all familiar or at all similar. I can check actually.
Are there language families?
Yeah.
Potentially. Languages. Sonic.
You see Andrew's head on the, and I pointed and you see my whole hand.
No, it's not in the same family.
Okay.
So she sort of pauses for a moment, holds out her hand, and there's like a glowing leaf in it.
I'm like, am I supposed to take this? So I take her hand.
As soon as you touch it, it dissipates. Is that better? You can understand her now.
Yes.
You can actually add Sylvan to your known languages.
How do you spell?
Sylvan.
That's so much better. Thank you. How did you do that?
Magic.
What's your name?
People from your realm often refer to me as Mira. I'm the guardian of this place.
It's a lovely place. I love what you've done with it.
Thank you. I've been guarding this realm and its inhabitants for thousands of years.
Wow.
I'm only the most recent guardian. There have been others before me.
What do you call this place? Do you know?
The Haven.
Why did you bring me here? Did you bring me here?
I did. I saw that you were in a bad plane, a dark place, and I thought this one will do. I need somebody in the material world.
Who likes to eat human flesh?
Cut that out.
That's you, right? We got the right person.
Oh, you got the wrong guy.
I need somebody in the material realm. Just an extra set of eyes.
I'd love to do that. You seem like my type of gal.
Thank you. Please appreciate it. You seem to be somewhat in touch with this realm whenever it collides with the material realm. When the Feywild collides with the material realm, you seem to make notice of it. That's why I chose you.
Well, I'm glad to have been chosen.
If you choose to follow me, I will help you as well.
I have to get back to my friends at some point.
You can, but the world you knew is gone. However, there is a way to get back to a different state of your world.
Interesting. I would love to try. Wow. on.
What?
Yes. Take me home, country roads.
Alright. So, I will get back to you.
Okay.
However, you do notice on the hand that you grabbed the leaf with, the leaf reappears as a symbol.
Okay, cool.
So I'll get back to you.
Watching all of
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
dancing.
Yep. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, yeah. It's all wrong.
Lion, play some music. Org la vie.
It's your turn.
Yes, who's there?
You can see up ahead at the temple there's a glowing figure.
What color are her eyes?
I think pink.
This is my goddess.
She has short, choppy brown hair.
I approach her with great reverence. I don my vestment, which I do have in my backpack.
You don your vestments.
Okay.
You look very presentable.
Great. I drop all my weapons on the ground. No drop.
You're in a
Place
safe.
them very carefully.
You're in a safe place now.
Put it back.
You're sort of in a like a little, almost like an Athens type. Like there's columns on the outside, but then like an open interior.
That's pretty much what I was picturing.
Yeah, exactly. And she's just kind of walking with you now. What's the word? Parallel. She's walking next to you.
Okay. What can I do for you, my man?
The world you were in has faded from my sight. Are you currently aware of what happened to it?
Something about some horses, 4 horse women or men.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse?
Sounds familiar.
Yes, that'd be it.
What can we do against such hate and evil?
I can send you back as far as I'm able to try to prevent whatever happened from happening.
Okay.
She walks you over to a little like table made of concrete with a glass case on top. If you go back, I just want to ensure that things will be different.
As long as I don't have to kiss my own mother.
Oh God. What?
Back to the Future reference.
No. Got it.
Yeah.
Donate for children
I think
stuff.
that happens.
I think that happens in Vision.
I had to remind the streamer we're doing this for charity and that we need donations.
Whatever you say, goddess, I shall do. Verily.
Very well.
Did I get an emblem or something?
No. Why would I do that?
Just a premonition.
Looking into the glass case, though, you do see a very pristine weapon.
Is it a mace?
It is a mace. I don't know why you stopped using your old mace. Did something happen to it?
Something about a dragon. I think I was fighting 1,000 dragons in your name.
Yes,
and
of
you may have
course.
gotten lost in there. So.
That, roll persuasion or deception.
Deception.
Just think about it. What?
Okay. +1. Here we go. 80.
Yes, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh yes.
Of course. I wasn't joking.
Thank you, brother. Dude.
However, you may want a new one.
There's one right there.
Imbued with demonic power.
Yes, I've been saving this one for a long time. I knew when the right person came along, I would know to give it to them. There's also something else that found its way here, looking for, I assume, you.
Please don't tell me it's an orc.
No?
He shows up A with something.
It doesn't seem to have any ill will towards you. However, I would say try not to be startled by it once you see it. She opens up the glass case.
What do I see?
The mace is sitting there.
I reach out and take it.
Okay.
Should I trade it in for my spear?
You can take your spear,
Okay.
but once you leave, things will not be the same as what you left. But I would ask that you keep the world alive. Protect anyone you can. And take that thing that's been waiting for you.
I look around nervously.
Okay.
Okay. I kneel. As you wish, great Midel. I stand up and start swinging the mace around.
Like knock over an arch or something.
Making your way out of the temple, you notice a large wolf.
Dude, does he?
Fur is totally white, staring at you with pink eyes.
You're fucking good. Freaking god dial.
Yes.
It's just staring at you.
Well, come on, Scruffy. Come on, whenever
Would you
you're
do it
ready.
for a Scooby snack?
True.
And as you're making your way out, she follows.
Cool. As I'm making my way out, I know where to go. Wherever.
Yeah, the way you came from.
Okay. Interesting. So what's my mace? I have to write it down.
I will
God tier level.
get back to
Deals.
I can't use it until I'm level 20.
There was like 50 d12
Oh,
of
okay.
damage. No.
now. Time to get to Gray.
Just great.
He was like walking aimlessly through the dark.
Let's see what's up with Ezra.
Yeah, what's going on with Gray? Ezra.
You can never get away from Walmart.
Follow me everywhere I go. Rolled a 19, okay.
It's gonna make me roll initiative immediately.
No, I'm just kidding. Cannonball board, not tunes,
Oh yeah, man.
tools.
That's okay.
Get all those multivitamin scoobies.
But that good actually. The biggest challenge in my life.
We're trying to whip up over there. Have me fight.
Not quite.
Yeah, he's looking in the wrong post if you want to fight.
I don't know which game to what book he had. I just saw him flipping through the pages. Something.
I was trying to pronounce some papers, so I wouldn't have to do this. It didn't go that way though.
I look back and I just see you squat.
Ooh, nope. I'll find it. Aha, I found it. Okay. Following the trail of bodies into the courtyard,
Mm-hmm.
you look around and can see what seem like ethereal warriors
Sweet.
reliving their last battle. Some of them, most of them appearing in a like gray color, fighting each other. And then looking ahead, you see one strong, and this battle seems to be between two tribes of Goliath. And one member of one of the tribes goes into a rage, and you can see colors burst out of him, incinerating all the enemies around him.
That's good.
And then he charges in. Some of these ethereal forms are fading in and fading out. Like it's some sort of loop, or like you're supposed to be shown something. And there's sort of an entrance into a temple. You can see writings on the walls in there, drawings. Making your way along, as I'm assuming you're doing.
Yes. I was charging in at first.
Okay.
I was literally just like running into this portal.
You can see certain writings on the walls. What languages do you speak?
Common and giant.
Okay. Written in Giant, there are words basically describing certain tribe members of the Goliaths who were born with an innate ability to tap into a wild, magical rage.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
My guy says, wow.
Loud and giant.
Yes. Ah.
I forgot I was going to give a name to these special warriors, but I will give you that name later. It's a name in giant that doesn't translate to common, so don't worry about it.
Oh.
Yes. But it loosely translates to shaman warrior.
I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. Wonder how I could do that.
Making your way further into the room, you can see the one that was charging in reappears. He's walking along. The ground is littered with not ethereal, but real corpses that are potentially hundreds of years old.
Okay.
But the ethereal form is making his way along, holding a torch and a long great sword in his other hand.
Do I feel is there danger? Did I get my spidey sense?
You don't feel danger.
Alright. So this ethereal form. So he's walking towards me?
He's walking away. He's walking further into this little temple,
Farther, okay.
and you're following behind him.
Sweet.
Yes.
I dash towards him so I can walk beside him.
Okay. There's not much room to walk beside him, considering the ground is sort of littered, at least on the sides, with bodies. It's hard to walk there.
I'll walk behind him, slightly behind him.
Okay. He's sort of looking around with the torch. You see occasionally another ethereal form will run towards him, and he just swings his blade and splits them apart. There's even, at one point, you can see a larger Goliath running at him, and he sort of turns to stop him, grabs both fists, and tears them off.
Let's go.
And then that ethereal form's body falls into the place where a real body lies right now, armless.
Wow.
And then it disappears again. The ground is still littered with bodies. Old, rusted weapons.
I ask him, what happened here? What is this place?
You can just hear the wind.
Okay. Not much of a doctor now, is he?
Some of the drawings on the walls are moving now. Almost like animated GIFs, but not.
Oh my gosh.
Sort of looping.
Did I invent gifts?
Basically telling the story of the shaman warrior.
I look at them, I study them closely.
You study them very closely.
History check?
Sure.
Should probably have anything that. So it's just gonna be 16.
You can recall from your tribe early stories of the shaman warrior, how one would appear every 100 years. A shaman warrior who could tap into a magical, chaotic rage.
Very interesting.
And you know there hasn't been one for almost 100 years.
I'm the Avatar.
Too bad we killed him last session.
Last Airbender.
They are not common, and oftentimes they are even shunned by some tribes.
Because their power is too much.
Either that, or because they believe that a rage should not involve the same, like, it shouldn't involve a connection to magic. It should just be like violence. It should just be attack, like connecting to the spiritual realm is like very fairy. A word that your brother has used as a slur towards you a few times. I don't know if you remember from last session, but he did refer to you as a fairy. Looking back, occasionally you have noticed, like growing up, that whenever you go into a rage, you felt like small sparks.
Tingling.
I could climb walls and I could shoot webs.
Once you reach that age,
What? Okay. Alright. Something dawns on me. I wonder if I could use this rage.
And then you hear a man say, "You want to get really good at cannibalism?"
Just kidding, boy.
No. But making your way along, it seems to reach an end point with a large circular room. Looking up, there's like a ceiling wall.
That's his house.
The ceiling.
I know what you're talking about.
Lincoln Thor.
I was thinking more like the real one in real life. What is that called? The one that was painted on the ceiling of the cathedral that's really famous.
No.
That's the scene chapel.
The Lou.
Thank you. Yes, the Sistine Chapel. It's basically a like painting, sort of Sistine Chapel style of the giants, like the different types of giants. And
Investigate.
there's a sort of a half column in the middle of the room that leads to about your chest height, and one body on its knees with its head face down on it, rotting, hundreds of years old.
So you like
So rotted.
sacrificing himself?
No, like every room you've been in has been littered with just chaotically thrown bodies, but this room just has one Goliath body that fell to his knees and laid his face down on the column.
Do I shove the body over and do the same position?
You recognize the body, actually, as the warrior shaman that you'd been following.
Very interesting. Is he still in the room?
Not the ethereal form,
Oh.
but there is something resting on the column. It's a belt.
Belt, you say?
On the buckle, it's like a thick belt, and on the buckle is the face of a giant.
It's not a giant M upside down.
No, just stop this. You're not getting the Mermaid Man belt.
It's a wrestling championship belt.
Alright.
Imagine that.
Okay. I check out the belt. I take the belt off.
Okay, you take the belt
I put it on.
and you put it on. You're now wearing this belt.
Sweet. I like it. It's nice and stylish.
There's sort of like some like sparks fly from your hands a little bit.
There were like 6 like small indentions in it where you're supposed to put gems.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
I'll have none of that now.
I'm just saying, if I had the infinity belt,
You
I'm not
fight
gonna-
the zombie of the last one, bro.
easy.
You're in trouble now. I mean nothing.
I'm gonna go ahead and get a DA out. That's not.
That's fine. Question. What is your strength score?
16.
Just wondering. Once you take the belt and put it on, you turn around and the ethereal form is standing right in front of you, looking you in the eyes.
Say, is it alright if I take this belt?
No. It is destined.
Oh.
He puts his hand on your shoulder.
Sweet. I say,
Carry it on.
I will.
He nods and then dissipates.
It just dissipates. It's like, gonna say, I'm actually your dad. 'Cause I know that my
I was your great grandpa.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, boy.
That's canon now. He's my grandpa. Y'all heard it. Alright. It's destined that I wield this belt. That I assume gives me magical properties.
It does.
So, side question, is this the thing that actually gives me Wild Surge?
The belt doesn't give you your wild surge.
It what?
The belt doesn't give you your wild surge.
Okay. Sweet.
So as you make your way back out, there are no more ethereal forms that make their way to you, and the images on the walls have sort of faded, and they're not moving. Like they were moving as if they were still brand new, but now they're like old relics.
Interesting.
You start to make your way out. You actually find a door.
So bust down the door.
Big red door. You as well, and you, each find a red door.
I'm going to.
And opening the door, everything's white. You step out of the door.
And realize you've leveled up.
True. Rolled up to level 5.
I thought that was a 5. Okay, that's
Colgate, 9 out of 10 dentists. 1 out of 10 dentists.
That's good with me.
The only real dentist.
Hmm?
The only one that's got your back, just the one that's against it.
So, your eyes start to adjust, and you can see before you the village, actually, intact.
It's better.
Some of the aspects of the village seem a little different and off.
Do we see baby burn rat?
No. But you occasionally see people walking around the village, sort of giving you strange stares. A couple people you recognize. They look a little different.
A bit younger.
And turning back around, if any of you do,
I mean,
I just went back.
because you are standing right where Mama Verde's door is normally, you turn around, and there is a house connected to the door, intact, where there once was a collapsed house.
I knock.
I look in the window.
I burst
No
through the
response.
window.
You burst through the window?
No, I'm just chilling.
Okay.
I'm checking if it's locked.
It is locked.
Are we all together or all like different?
You're all together.
Okay.
You can see Orglaviv, Ronan, Nyx, even Ezra and Gray. Everybody looks a little different than they did before. You notice a small leaf on Nyx's hand. Orglaviv has a strange mace and is followed actually by a dire wolf.
You got a freaking dire wolf, dude. What the heck?
Ronan has a belt
Which guy's doing belt?
Got a belt.
with the face of a giant on it.
Suck. Clink, clink.
Big slide check.
You make your bite mark disappear.
See if no one notices that.
Gray has 2 scars and no eyes.
Gosh. Dang it, great.
And Ezra has like his claws almost seem sharper and his scales look stronger.
Oh my gosh. Poor Gropey.
Adventures?
Let's have.
Nice.
So I'm Captain America, right?
You hear Something slides from the door.
Is it
Little
shit?
eye hole. You can see 2 eyes piercing out.
Goat eyes. Mama Verde here?
Shit, is that you?
How do you know Mama Verde?
I have a contract with her.
Yeah, we all do.
You.
I owe her.
The door opens. And you can see Shiv with 2 perfectly intact eyes, no eye patch.
Maybe see her.
What
Yeah,
year is
does
it?
805.
Alright.
God, what was it before?
History check. What year was it when we left?
History check.
Hey.
806.
So 2 years. Did you say 804 before?
805.
Oh. So 1 year.
You don't know
Someone
exactly.
check on that.
You don't exactly know what season.
So it could be like a month.
You don't know who we are? Well, I'm Nyx.
Dude, that music is perfect for that look.
I think something got confused in the timelines.
Do we have the contracts?
Listen, can we talk?
Yes.
Can we talk to Mom?
We have like a copy.
Yeah.
She's a bit busy.
She's always busy.
I can let you in.
Thank you. That would be amazing.
Very well. I will check the directory for your contracts. As he makes his way back and sort of like, is like, this here is Mama Verde's bedroom.
Yeah, I know.
That is not to be disturbed. She is actually in her study right now, however. And he points down the hallway.
I tell him where the study is.
Before he said it, yeah.
And he goes down the hallway to what you know as the small library that he has been in before. You're making your way to where Mama Verde is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving the curtain, you can see a few books, like 3 books floating, and a crystal ball with sparks of magic coming off of it, and a tabaxi facing away from you, sitting at a chair. Hello?
Hey, don't want to be interrupting anything.
The books float to the table, and the crystal ball becomes clear. And she turns around. It is Mama Verde,
We had a contract.
seeming much less sickly. You're not supposed to be here yet.
Something went
Thank
wrong.
God, I was hoping to say that. Thing is, do you know what's going on then?
I felt the disturbance.
You need to keep shit in the loop a little more. Just didn't want to say.
I can tell when things like this happen.
We're here to save you.
Can I give you a hug?
Wait.
Oh. Burn.
I'm Nyx.
I know.
Oh.
She hugs you.
Oh.
Got him.
Oh.
Mama Verde says, got him.
Just having a little fun before I get sick and die.
Oh.
Hey, we're here to prevent that.
You can't prevent me from getting sick.
But
I've had this since I was born. I've always known this day will come. You can, however, prevent the end.
do you know how we can prevent this thing?
Hell if I know.
Okay, good.
Stop the 4 horsemen. I believe they destroy the world in about 6 months. That's about how long I can hold them off before something happens that causes me to die.
Slit the throat.
I very much doubt that.
I mean,
Since we came from that time.
we've seen some things.
I should have taken the glass ball that I fixed that was shattered. To prove to you.
Oh, you did take it. Wink.
You were gonna ask us that?
I do. I have yet to give it to you. As she pulls out a little chest and opens it up, showing you the same hats. But then again, you have yet to come here. All of you are currently, I believe, in the north. Aside from one of you, who's somewhere in the south, with the rest of his tribe.
Talk about nice.
So, you're the one preventing the horseman?
For now. Yes.
How?
They have strong, powerful magic. I have strong, powerful magic.
What's the
Don't think
weakness?
about it. Okay, what do you mean?
Well, I just want, insurance of to stop it ourselves in case it happens.
They have ambassadors. If you can get through them, you can get to the horsemen.
Yes.
However, I believe only 3 ever get stopped. Death, famine, and conquest. There is one that is much harder to stop.
The champion of kill.
I would say your best bet is to go through him. He is the strongest.
So you tell me we're stronger than all the others?
At this time. In this particular timeline.
Does he have a weakness?
Death?
Sweet.
What's
We
his
got this.
kryptonite?
No, not death like the horseman, but
They're
dying.
turning against each other. So
I
obvious.
don't think that would work.
It's like when you make the skeletons shoot each other in Minecraft.
Yes.
Good job.
So, where do we find?
Hard to say. I just know that War's crusade begins somewhere in the south. Imagine the world is a flat map, since the world is flat.
Of course.
She pulls out a little map of the world and points out north, east, southwest. From the north, famine starts to invade and move his way south. From the east, death. From the east, death. From the east, death makes its way. From the south, war begins his conquest. And from the west, conquest begins his war. There's some slam poetry for you.
Which one's the one we had to fight?
So, if they're coming here, so special about here, you?
Me.
See?
They are converging. This is the main point that basically, as far away from me as they can get, the stronger they are. So, they begin on the opposite points, because I lied about the world, it is a sphere. The opposite point of the planet. That's where they begin. Their tactic is to split up and make their way around to me. And by the time they reach me, they are powerful enough to destroy me. Their conquests have begun. They began a couple of years ago. And they won't be finished for about 6 months, possibly sooner, if I were to die.
So, What do you guys think? Head straight south?
We gotta stop the end of the world.
Yep.
We march south at sunrise.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay, do y'all want to take a break?
Sure. We already found.
Okay.
Upon
What?
stepping out of the door, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and actually,
Wolfie?
what size is a dire wolf?
Extra large.
Are they large or
I have it pulled up.
medium?
Large beast.
Really large. I did not consider that.
What's your mistake?
That's okay. Hey, I'm gonna use a displacer beast to represent.
That's a funny looking wolf, girl.
Thank you.
What the? Excuse me? Is this allowed?
Is this allowed?
Way too fast.
Oh.
Someone to burp me.
I got you.
You're the only one big enough.
Get over here. Get over here, boy.
Aw, Wolf has 3 intelligence. Ouch. 17 strength?
I really thought they'd be smarter.
Yeah, that's a -4 thing modifier.
I may change it.
Wait. What do you eat that has a?
Yeah, he had 8 or higher. So his wolf's too dark for me. First one.
God.
And I'm gonna name her Medelito.
What?
Medelito. Little Medel. Medelita.
Before you actually stands a small cluster of skeletons attacking some guards. Actually, just having finished them off.
What is it?
And there's also a shadow. A group of skeletons that have just finished off fighting some guards. It is also noticeably much colder here, and there is some snow.
It's winter.
It's much further south than you're used to.
Wait, where are we?
You went through the door, and she told you to be ready for combat. She was going to try and get you as close as she could. The closest door that she has to the south.
And it was literally.
Tell if it's behind you.
Nani?
A small group of skeletons has just finished off fighting some dudes. And everybody needs to roll for initiative.
Okay.
Andrew, I roll for initiative.
Okay, thank you.
7.
Nice.
17.
Don't let me down like you guys.
10.
Oh, nice.
Would you mind adding this?
Yeah, I guess so. I've been rolling like.
Okay. So.
I got a 7.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I'm at the front, 26.
Oh my god.
That's a fair assumption.
Ezra's not here, right?
I'm not going to count him as part of the combat.
Okay.
He sits down with his apple juice.
Yeah.
What'd you have? Louis?
10.
7.
What did the enemy have?
Last. I would also note that right after Or goes the 2 friendly NPC, which are going to be represented by Titans.
No, by Titans, okay.
And if you want to flip it backwards or upside down, just so
You
I
could write
remember.
ally eventually.
Actually, you know what?
You can make as, I guess you can make as many of those as you want.
just lost one of my pages.
Hey, rituals.
He's
I can cast a
making
virtual
one for ally.
or not a spell, right? As long as I have time.
What's that?
I can cast a ritual in 10 minutes without using a spell slot.
I think that's only if you take a certain feat, maybe.
I'm not reading since I can't see the player's handbook.
Yes, because I could definitely be wrong. Oh, if you, as a regular spell, as a ritual.
As
As
a ritual.
Potentially, I think so.
I know if it's on the go, it costs a spell slot, but if you have time.
Yeah.
Ritual casting. You cast any bard spell. That's a bard, so maybe it's different for Warlock. There's Warlock.
I like that. Oh, it should be.
Oh.
Oh. Enemy last.
Will, you're up first, or Woodland? Yes. Woodland, you're up first.
I bravely step to the front of the group as I cast. Turn undead or whatever.
So that to make saving throws?
Channel divinity, yes. Turn undead within 30 feet.
Who wants to
You shall not pass. Sorry. Within 30 feet, let's make a DC 13 Wisdom save, or be turned for 1 minute, or until damaged.
Wisdom 13.
Yeah. So we gotta focus up on the ones that are like not running away. You know, 'cause the ones that are running away are gonna run until like the whole fight is. Not that bravely.
Did you find it?
No, so guess not, but I'm gonna look it up. So it's easier.
I was rolling 8 and just blasting his face out here.
What kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
And what's the DC?
13.
Okay. I know things.
We don't know till their turn.
Is that your action?
Which is last? Yeah. I'm sorry for not being prepared. Hold on. It's too exciting. Action. Which one am I thinking of as a bonus action?
Which ones are allies?
Ally out. So, Gray and the direwolf.
Oh, Gray's with us, right?
Huh?
I'm a little scared about Gray because he's blind now.
Perhaps.
He's like in a meditative position hovering. So an action.
I have all know it now.
You said a bonus action I can command the
You
direwolf.
can give it a command. I mean, it will act on its own otherwise.
Okay.
But if you have something particular that you want him to do.
Yeah. That concludes my turn.
Okay. Up next is the two of them. Stats for the direwolf. Actually, you know what? You have the stats for the direwolf, yes?
Yeah.
What is its attack to hit with the bite?
Attack to hit plus 5. Reach 5 feet. I already did that.
Plus 5 to hit.
Mm-hmm. It's actually a lot. So it didn't hit?
I would say like he bites onto the bone of one of the skeletons and tries to pull him, but the skeleton like pulls away from him.
Keep in mind it's a she. A little sexist.
She, yeah, sorry. Then,
Gray's gonna wipe them out all by himself.
Gray steps to the side,
If he
up
came up
next to
with-
you.
You're freaking
He sort of, he whispers to you, basically a brief insight into the next moves that the zombies are going to play.
Oh, sweet.
You have a +6 to use on attack rolls or saving throws, just once.
Okay,
So it's effectively like an inspiration.
sweet.
Great.
Are they
It's got a
turned?
big move.
Does he know if they're turned?
He knows. He might know.
Yeah. Okay.
He does not. That is his turn now. Wait, no. That'd be a bonus action, probably, because it's the same for a bard. 10 to get there. And he goes up and stands next to Orglaviv. Alright. Ronan, it is your turn.
Sweet. I rage! I move forward.
Okay. 30 feet.
I guess.
Here or here?
I guess I'll be more towards. This is the horseman, right?
No, it's a shadow. You don't see a horseman here.
Alright, rage is a whole. No, that's just a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I rage. And then.
Do you have the chart up?
Yeah,
Okay. Is it a D10?
it's a D8.
D8. Roll your D8, sir, for your first Wild Surge Rage.
Oh, fuck me up, damn.
You conjure 1d4 intangible spirits that look like flumps in unoccupied spaces within 30 feet of you. Each spirit immediately flies 30 feet in a random direction. At the end of your turn, all spirits explode, and each creature within 5 feet, one or more of them must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 2d8 force damage.
2d8?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay.
I just want to show you.
That was actually a really good one to start off with. So.
It's so chaotic.
Oh, right? Time to kill you.
I don't want to be like that, but I swear I should have not, because
Something? So I was guessing it was
Jojo. Flump.
Flump. Wait, that's a flump? Oh, I wanted it to be that screaming
Oh,
skull.
that's a
Screaming
skull.
I want little ghost riders, like, going in directions. Okay, I actually have those random die that could, like,
Directional.
yeah, directional die. So,
They pick a
which
direction.
one? You conjure 1d4. Okay, first off, let me roll. So, 2 spirits, 2 flumps.
I could just want to say like 4.
Oh, yeah.
Here's
Eight.
one, yeah, no. And then the first one will go this way,
Okay.
30 feet, so it's going to be like over here. The other one, well, that's a direct hit, but. So that way, 30 feet.
And they
Dang.
explode for how much a radius?
Within 5 feet.
Okay, so pretty close.
Doesn't it?
So does it, no matter what direction, since you're in the middle, then it just explode out of range?
What?
Your heads, where you're located and everything, no matter what direction they go. One thing.
They still
I
explode.
wasn't sure if it was going to be that one, honestly.
Yeah.
There are several
There's
others
8
where.
different ones, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't. It could have been.
You are now in a rage. So, and you have an action
Was
with
that
which
not?
you can attack. That's
Yeah.
it's a bonus action to go into your rage.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and try and conk this boy on the head
Okay.
with my great axe.
Okay. And do you have the reckless attack yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You have that option if you would like to use it. It's advantage, but they have advantage on you. But you have resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that. attack rolls with that. 12. 11, so. But it would, I have plus,
Your attack placement is not really well.
Yeah.
so it would have been 17.
Yep, no, that definitely hits.
Sweet. Alright, so that's going to be 1d12. I never know which one this now, guys. 1d12 plus 3.
Nope. It uses your strength, right?
Yep. So it's going to be plus 6.
Yep.
Dang.
So 16.
Okay.
Damage.
Could have been so much more.
You walk over and just obliterate the skeleton. It shatters to the ground.
Alright. He had 16 or less health, so get
So
that.
what's
is
all
your turn.
on the enemy side?
Shadow, skeleton, skeleton, skeleton.
Like shadows, like undead or something
Yes.
different?
Can we see it?
Yeah, it looks like that.
There's like tons of shit.
Get it.
And it
You know what you're gonna do on your turn?
it does. It gets frightened.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
How tall are you?
In game. Like my real height. Oh my god.
I like he's too tall.
I'm small.
I'm talking about
I could do you.
Oh
Illusions.
no.
Oh, okay.
Because if we have illusions of us, they might target illusion at some point so close to us. Especially since it's a cantrip. You keep casting. I don't think these guys are all that smart either.
I don't know if you have brains.
So you can't even.
But we have
There's no
to
flesh on the
see my illusions is an intelligence check against my DC.
I can't.
Yes.
Oh, you're looking at
These don't have peanuts.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay.
They do actually.
While you're eating peanuts and drinking red dye.
What's wrong with
I completely forgot about that too.
Andrew can never forget.
it? What are you trying to do for this first round of combat?
Wait, is it my turn?
Isn't it? Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we've been waiting.
Andrew's been like staring at you.
No, I've been in daze the whole time. Sorry. You cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Fairy Fire on them. Shadow. In the middle of all of them.
Okay.
So they all have to do a, what was it? Dexterity saving against my DC. Yeah, not the 13. Guess they don't say our highlight. And we all get advantage in attacks on those.
What's the DC?
13.
Just have to think for like 5 minutes.
Two fails.
2 fails.
Yes.
Between all 4 of them.
Did the shade fail?
No.
This is things
So it's light.
Yes, they are outlined.
Okay. This one is outlined, and this one is outlined. Does it count as damage?
There is no damage involved. There's just a light. It's
Okay.
just fire, but it's just a light.
Okay.
So they make them light, and whoever attacks them has advantage. And then I guess that's it.
Okay.
Okay, which one is me? Yay. Who is the... I'm going up to this fella,
Okay.
which I don't know which space.
Direwolf.
Which space is he in?
He's technically in 4 spaces, but you can take up the same spaces and they're small.
I'm tiny. I'm going up there. And I'm just gonna rapier this board.
Okay.
Does an 8 hit? Yeah.
You rolled a 7.
Yeah, but I have a +1 to it.
Rapier's a finesse weapon or not. You can use dexterity, so you have +2 and then proficiency bonus of +4. So that's an 11 to hit.
Which I
So technically, no. But no, that does not hit. You pierce and it just goes right through one of the ribs.
Okay.
Anything else for you? Bonus action? Disengage?
Anything else kicking out for you?
Okay. So now it is the enemy's turn.
Run away! Or guys, I spooked him.
Yeah. Spook.
Later. And that one's highlighted.
Wait. Was this one highlighted?
Yes. Oh, so you have
Advantage.
Yup.
Hey! Nice job with the fire.
4 damage.
For one set though.
I know.
I love that little bag too though.
Okay, he's taking 4 damage.
I would do this, but I really want to wear this.
Dude.
Oh, there are more.
I'm trying to take exactly what they were.
Okay, and now it is their turn.
Mm-hmm.
The shadow is going to attack Jojo.
The shadow's attacking probably you.
Sure they did. Instant kill.
Jojo,
Yes.
are you able to pull up the stats for the belt?
Yeah.
Everybody ready to go?
When I say stats, what do you want to know about it?
Can it be magically reduced, the strength score?
What? Magically reduced. What do you?
Like it can dampen the effects of an item? Shakes
Like
out
if
the
there's a
spell that you
creature that can lower somebody's strength,
Yeah, my strength is already low.
can it affect the belt?
I have a -1 strength.
And it doesn't say anything about that, really.
They're dancing.
I want to say no.
I don't think so.
Was he trying to
I want to say it doesn't.
Oh.
See, it was really bad. Was I was deciding to pick between one of these two or protection against good and evil, and that would have saved him at the end of this.
What is your armor class?
Armor class is 16.
Okay. Doesn't hit anyway, so we'll figure it out in a bit.
So of the ones that are alive currently, only one was turned.
Yes. Well, 2 would have been turned, but one of them got attacked twice.
I couldn't find everything. Oh my god. I didn't see that. He
Yeah,
was like right up my.
Yeah.
You're
They're trying to swing in for a smooch.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like they're dancing.
alright, and
Y'all want to converge on this shadow thing?
If your shoulder was like up where his other hand was, that's
I feel
actually
like he's
what it
going.
looked
Which hand do you have? So I can
like. He's trying to actually feel you.
8 points of piercing damage.
Yay.
Oh, you couldn't get away? I thought you were gonna.
He did. She did disengage, but then he moved back to her. Yeah, because it wasn't a reaction. That was his turn.
How much HP do you have? Like total?
20.
You got 8 points taken out. Big yikes.
Do any of your... What type of damage does your weapon do? Bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing? It's a sword, so it's slashing, right?
My great axe?
Great axe, slashing. Yours is a mace, so it does bludgeoning.
I rarely use my rapier.
Your rapier is going to be piercing.
It would be like cutting.
This piercing. But
Poking.
Poking.
Stabby.
Stabbing damage, my bad.
needle.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna go.
What is your armor class, sir?
Me?
Yes.
15.
Not good enough.
That will hit.
I've never taken damage in this campaign.
Yeah? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. 8 points of piercing damage to you as the skeleton runs up and stabs you. With a short sword, actually.
See how it is skeleton.
Yep, and that is. Do they repeat the save on the end of their turn, or do they just go until they take damage? Or the spell?
It just says. It's under feeds. I have to go to feeds and says spell. Just it literally doesn't say.
Okay,
Be turned for 1 minute or until damaged.
1 minute. Or until damage. Okay, got it. Alright.
It's good that we got one like just backed off of.
Now, Ord, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to use my super powerful mace, which does tons of extra damage against undead.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like my goddess knew we'd be fighting undead. Thank you, goddess. Okay. Okay. So, I attack
Okay.
the one right in front of me, obviously.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 5. That's
Hmm.
whatever. Attack bonus +2. Am I proficient? It says I am, so I guess that's right.
Yeah.
That doesn't hit.
What's your strength modifier?
0.
Okay, then that's
Can I
why
lend you
it's
some
on
strength?
+2.
I
Okay.
take the belt.
Assist me.
Yes, does not hit.
Sweet. I pull out my mace literally glows. It puts out 20 feet of light. And then dim light another 20 feet. Isn't that cool? Except
Can I shoot that shadow more?
Except I can't hit anything with it.
Does the shadow man disappear?
Is that one not all on?
No. Shadow man not disappear. Yeah.
I'm not fighting the shade. I said
What
this
kind
one-
of light is it? Does it
Brilliant.
constitute as sunlight?
It says
Out of the shadow?
bright light. But not see.
I'm gonna say it's not sunlight.
Yeah. I would argue that it is.
It's a holy weapon.
Why? Does
My
the
goddess.
advantage if there's like a bright light in their face? Or something. Or like a sunlight.
I'm just gonna say it was sunlight, and it's probably like right now nightfall, but the mace is keeping everything lit.
Nice.
Would I have advantage?
No. What?
I zoned out. Do I get advantage or no?
No.
Advantage or not?
Okay. I said.
Okay. You have a bonus action if you would like to do something.
Okay. I do something.
What something is that?
I can't. I'm gonna be use bid or do a dick move and cast Sing Shower at myself.
Okay.
As a bonus action.
That's fine. I don't think anybody cares.
So I can't get I can't get attacked. So everyone else around me is gonna get attacked more. I already got hit, so I think I did my part. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Allies' turn. How much direwolf for attack?
What? Is that question?
The direwolf's plus to attack with its bite.
+5 to hit.
Okay. Do you want to roll for it?
Sure.
Okay.
Just attacking the one in front of it.
Yeah.
17 +5.
Yep.
So
Hits.
I got
Definitely hits.
Yep. Insta kill.
What
the
type?
damage.
Piercing.
Piercing, yes. 2d6 +3.
You can roll it if you'd like.
Yeah. Yep. +3, so 7.
Good.
I mean, it's something.
And then I roll on this.
All right. It like starts pulling bones off of it, like like an arm is gone now.
Yeah.
Let's
Take
tear
it.
it apart. Yeah.
Wait, how big is the skeleton?
Medium.
I don't know what size is that. Is it like 5 foot?
Yeah.
No.
Probably.
Aren't direwolves like freaking massive?
Yeah, I get advantage.
Like a normal wolf is like massive,
Mm-hmm.
and then a direwolf is
Yes.
It's considered a large creature.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
like, dang.
Like, mountains wise big.
It's like as big as like a small, like a Ford F-150.
See, I'm considering
But
it as being like
But actually,
roughly
that's
this
not.
big.
Rob Snow.
So also
Rob Snow. Why did I say this? Rob Snow. I hate myself. We were saying Jon Snow earlier, so I just. Oh man. Rob Snow. Got him.
Wait, Andrew, is the target a creature? Because it.
So
Oh, it's
no,
probably
it's-
not actually.
no.
Shoot. Because if it was, it might be knocked prone just by being attacked by the direwolf.
Says it's so massive.
But I think like getting like just ripped into by a wolf, especially if it's pretty big. Like even if you're a larger creature, it might like. It has to make a
Like
strength save.
regular wolves are just so massive, and I never realized it.
Yeah, and they're like quick and they're vicious.
So like, this black, at least.
6 stones.
What does it constitute as a creature? I guess a creature would include anything that's not like a wall, pretty much. So it has to make a what kind of saving throw?
DC 13 strength. Haha, I get knocked over. Oof. Nice. So only 7 damage, but it like shoved it over too. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, it like pulled out one of his legs or something.
Yeah. It's on the ground, putting it back in. What you got?
What?
Is this a bonus?
Oh. I'm gonna have to fight this guy.
Gray brings his axe down and like cuts a couple of the ribs off of the one that's facing you.
It's saying in 5e that the direwolves are 9 feet long and weigh up to 800 pounds. What?
I'd say that's about accurate.
About the size of a horse.
That's rough.
Big.
Yeah.
Big boy.
All right, Ronan, it is your turn.
Alright, sweet.
This thing is on you.
Literally. Like me, I guess.
So I don't get to keep rolling for the wild surge.
No, unless you were to
Get
get
out.
rid of your surge and then reactivate your rage. What does it say about your rage and dismissing it willingly?
Okay, so actually, wait. Your rage ends early if you are knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. So I haven't taken damage, so does it end?
No, because you dealt damage.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like saying
Does it? What does it say after that? Does,
you can also end your rage as a bonus action.
okay, it'd be a bonus action. So it'd have to be your bonus action for this turn, and then activate it again next turn.
Next turn.
So it triggered when you activate your rage.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
But if you were to deactivate it now,
And you just attack him regularly and then activate it next turn.
but he would, the bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, your rage would be gone until your next turn. So,
Yeah, but next turn I could do something random again.
okay, it's up to you.
I'm ending it.
Okay, your rage ends.
Speed. Alright, I'm gonna attack him with my great axe.
Okay,
So.
Wait.
Yeah.
attack then and your rage.
Attack then and roll.
Yeah.
15 plus 5, so.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. Roll for damage.
So 7.
7. All right. You swing your sword down on him, and it just passes through him.
He's gonna have to take like some different kind of like.
I'll try again.
I wonder if he's necrotic damage. Is that like how you get this guy? Is that how that works?
I have a special attack for undead.
I'll hit him with my holy fire.
You can do it.
I will say that you have learned that he has. Well, I guess that's resistance. Resistance is half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he took half damage from it.
Running up or down.
Yeah.
And how much was it?
7. So are you running up or down?
I think you round up, but I don't actually.
I'm rounding up. Okay.
Yeah.
So your turn.
And then I end.
The rage.
Yeah, rage. And then yeah, I'm done.
Ooey, your turn.
He's literally in my boat.
I cast Chill Touch on the shadow.
Okay. Is that an action? Okay. Does he make a saving throw?
It's a range attack.
Okay. Roll to hit then.
15.
That'll hit.
16. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
yeah. So a ghostly skeleton hand appears on the creature, and he has to do a D8. I do a D8 actually. Where's my D8? 6 of necrotic damage, and it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. And the hand is clean to the targets. And if it's undead, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the hand is gripped to the.
Really freaking messed up. It's like I go see hand grabbing him for this whole 6 seconds.
And then I use. I should have done this last turn, but I used my bonus action to get inspiration to. I guess you.
He needs it.
So you have inspiration, and you also have Gray's insight.
Oh yeah.
How long does that last? Great insight.
I'm just gonna say like about as long as an inspiration. So like a minute.
10.
10 minutes.
So 1 fight.
10 minutes.
Gosh, that's so long.
Dang.
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
But it's only making one use still.
Yeah. Once you use it, it's gone.
Inspiration does what again?
1d6 to almost anything, except for our damages.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the insight works virtually the same way, like saving throws or attack rolls. So that was necrotic damage, and he can't attack you, or what was it again?
He has disadvantage attacking me, and he cannot regain health.
Okay.
Until my next turn.
I'm gonna say you learn from that he is immune to necrotic damage.
He's immune.
Yes.
Somebody said he's undead.
He heals. No, just all right. And that was your inspiration. So Nyx.
This poor dude.
No, he's not prone.
And him.
So you have advantage.
Yes. Mm, plus his glove.
Plus
So what
17 hit.
Yep, that hits.
6 damage.
Alright. Yep, you
Bye
got
bye.
him.
Nice. You just run up and stabby while he's on the ground.
Stabby, and after that, I'm gonna.
What options do you have as a rogue at second
I
level
can
for the
Take your chest.
dash disengage
Yeah, that's-
and
I'm going for it with the thing.
Just
Yeah. I'm looking up there.
dash disengage or hide.
yeah.
I mean, you could hide and then.
That one's pretty bad.
No, I don't think that will.
Every creature within
Okay.
30 feet takes 1d10
Alright.
of necrotic.
That means it's the enemy's turn now. Where's your armor class again, Giorgio?
16.
What?
16.
Okay, almost hits you. Not quite though.
What do you say?
Well, how's that looking, man?
Stop being cocked. Okay, there it is. You have Sanctuary on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so it has to make what kind of saving throw?
Obviously, it is a wisdom.
Kind of want one of those like things where it's the rolling things. Just roll there.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
Fails. Turns.
See, I did. You're strong.
I'm strong.
Weak.
You ever roll past the 15?
I did already take a hit. Wait, did you take damage?
No.
8 points of piercing damage to you, Ronan.
What?
8 points of piercing damage
As we're talking about it, I take
as it crits on you. And since your rage has ended, you do not take half damage, so you take the full 8 damage.
I might. I'm chilling over here.
Alright.
2.1.
It's almost my time.
And Orglaviv, it is your turn.
Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna
I'm not
attack. Dang, I wish that one was dead so I could fight the shade. I'll just try to use my mace on him. It's a closer one.
Okay.
Come on. It's +2, so it's 6. Literally. Wait, do I have advantage?
He's being flanked.
That's 20.
13?
13.
Okay. 13. Okay, that'll hit.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure this out. Okay, so since it's an undead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna roll from. It takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
Yep. On top of the normal mace damage.
Yes. Which is 1d6, so 3d6.
Yep.
And I'll decide. Okay. Give me the dices. I'll have one. Thank you.
I didn't know because there's metal.
And roll the mace damage twice. Because it is vulnerable to bludgeoning.
Okay. I'm saying the metal one is the mace and the other two are the radiant damage. Because I don't know if it matters. Oh, crap. Okay. And re-roll this one. This is a 5.
Reroll the mace one. So the pink one. Right?
I was saying this metal one was because it's different.
Oh, right. Okay, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the other one. Okay, I thought there were two middle ones.
So you're at 11 right now?
3. Forgot it doesn't roll.
You get,
So it did.
So 14?
So it did 8 from just the mace.
8 bludgeoning.
Yes, 8 bludgeoning.
6
And-
for
Yeah, 6 radiant.
14.
Oh! I misread this until now. If the target has 25 HP or fewer after taking damage from this weapon, it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be destroyed.
I mean, it does have fewer. 0 is fewer.
So let's destroy the other. Roll it anyway. I'm gonna smite it.
Success.
Oh.
So I actually blew it up.
No, you crushed it though. It's not like
It's not completely just vaporized.
obliterated.
I wanted to blow it up.
So it's just the shade left now,
Sure.
right? And all the bones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Oh.
guys.
What is the direwolf's speed?
45.
Probably actually 50.
That's close.
Actually, I'm gonna say using a dash, it catches up.
And just tackles him.
And
An
it's
800-pound wolf just tackles him.
Yes. He's gone.
But it has to dash so it can't attack, right?
Correct.
Oh shit, that's 50. Shit, that's
Anybody other than Ronan that is choosing to attack the shadow right now has disadvantage because it is sharing your space.
Wait,
I forgot to
I
say
have
which
disadvantage?
Everybody but you. Wait, I press you.
You're locked in combat with it, and they have to be careful not to hit you, pretty much.
Wow.
That's on.
Yeah, back up, guys. I got this. Here comes the Gallagher. I'm really hoping. That literally.
Knock ground to the
I want to know more about Ray.
He just has 2 scars. He replaces his eyes with scars.
Wait, what are you rolling?
Gray.
I feel like he has all seen.
Gray attacks.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
So, oh, never mind.
Because I'm giving Gray. I'm putting Gray on the same turn
I was
as
thinking that
the
was
direwolf.
Yeah.
4 points of slashing damage.
Dang it. Gray.
Disadvantage caused a nat 1.
Dang.
Gray's dead to me now.
He tried.
I will kill him after this.
That's
Hard to tell where it came from though.
He just like stumbles away.
To be fair, I'm blind.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like Daredevil right now.
Yeah, true.
Using echolocation.
All right.
Gosh.
Let's see. So that was Ronan.
Yes.
Your turn.
I rage. Wild surge.
God, okay.
8.
Please.
Nope. Okay, which one is that?
That's the plant life thing.
Arcane energy enshrouds you. Until your rage ends, you gain a +2 to your AC, and whenever a creature within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack, that creature takes force damage equal to your Constitution modifier, which is 4. So if he hits me, he takes 4 damage.
Okay.
I don't have +2 to my AC.
It takes
so
what type of damage?
Force.
Force. Got it.
Force damage, and I have 18 AC right now.
Pretty good one. Pretty good one.
And then I attack. With boomerang.
Okay.
Say something.
Say sack right now. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and try to do the regular attack with my great axe.
Okay.
14, so 19.
19. Okay, that'll hit.
Sweet. And then
Yeah.
D12. So 13, because I have the belt. Good old belt over here. Bro.
Okay. Yeah. With that, Wait. What type of damage?
Force.
No. You're hit.
Oh, those slashing.
Slashing is half.
He's
How much damage was it?
13. So if you're rounding up, it's going to be
7.
Say it.
I was gonna say 8. I was like, wait, what?
Okay, he's still alive.
Okay, somebody just sneeze on him, real quick.
Okay. My turn is first.
It is your turn.
I'm going for a stab then.
Okay.
This final kill.
It's with disadvantage. Remember that.
Disadvantage? Would choke. Oh, he's immune to that.
Dang it.
Let's go for a stab still then.
So,
8, so 17 plus.
Dang.
3, so it's like 20 something. So.
if he has 2 points of health, I would have killed him. It was +2 to the melee damage. Because I'm in rage.
So that's how he gets. Four.
So at 1.
Yes.
Okay, he's still not dead. Nice try.
Okay, so 21. Is that it?
No.
You rolled with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you got
Yeah.
21 to hit. That definitely hits.
And who's it? The Rapiers are D4.
Rapier,
D6? No, D8.
D8.
D8. Yeah, D8 plus your dexterity.
D8. Okay, so. 8,
Should have been there.
4, 5.
5 damage.
Something different.
Okay. He looks almost dead.
Oh my
Gosh.
How much
How many?
damage
I did 5, so half of that.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, no, that is enough to kill him, actually.
Hey.
I didn't redo my math.
Yeah, I was like, he has to be like a few points away.
5 plus 12 is not 15. Wait a minute. 5 plus 11.
No, don't question it. He's dead.
Wait a minute.
He's dead.
Alright. Yeah, they're dead.
Alright, let's look around.
You hear and like a shriek of a skeleton.
That was eating.
Oh no.
She comes back with a bone in her mouth.
Aww. Good girl.
I collect some bones now.
Collect some bones. We got some bone meal.
Just the shadow leaving anything behind.
No.
No ectoplasm.
What?
Ectoplasm.
No. There are bodies of guards if you would like to consume.
No.
Okay.
I'll consume the enemies.
You changed
That's
your
how it
ways.
is. Huh?
You've changed your ways. I'm proud of you.
No, I still eat people.
Gosh.
Guards were good people, weren't they?
Yeah.
See?
Theoretically.
See, I have a moral code.
Yeah, I don't need just anybody.
Gray actually like turns and starts leading you to the what is it, what do you call like the main like stronghold of a city?
The capital.
The Citadel.
It's the main hall.
We'll go with
That's
the
a pretty strong
We'll go with
word,
the
dude.
Citadel. I like the Citadel.
The Citadel's like
It brings you to the citadel of this
holy shit.
city.
No way.
It's like this is as far as I've seen. Also, I can't see.
I was supposed to say, you can't see.
And he trips on a rock.
Step.
He trips on a rock.
Okay.
He's not fun.
Like I said-
Ezra goes to attack him. I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh.
He might try.
Okay, I was wondering who that was in the corner of the fight. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ours will lead us to the citadel.
There's shit up there.
Okay.
Excuse me. He takes my arm.
You're helping an old man helping a blind man.
Helping.
Blind. Cannibalistic orc.
I should just throw him.
I'm at AA. I visit weekly.
Good for you.
That's good.
Thank you. Would that be CA?
And Ezra wanted to kill him.
Yeah, those cannibalists want to be anonymous for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we go. I guess we just go over the main path to the Citadel.
Alright. There is snow and some ice in parts of the steps, but there's kind of a clear path where people have walked a lot. Upon making your way up, there are 2 guards stationed outside with good fur suits of armor. Like they have their armor and then they have fur underneath it. It is quite cold, and anybody not dressed for the weather may not be having a good time.
I have something specific for the lions.
They're used to mountain weather. So.
I'm just in a fancy magical suit. I don't know what that does for
I'm
me.
definitely freezing.
Am I cold?
In a suit? Weirdly, no.
I don't know much about the suit to be honest. So.
The suit doesn't know much about the suit.
Will's character is literally wearing a
Yeah,
straight out Game of Thrones suit.
the dire wolf is fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm riding the dove. Forgot to say that.
It doesn't like that.
I thought you were having gray.
Yeah.
Or should Gray just be wearing Brian?
That would make more sense actually. Yeah, Gray's riding.
The dire wolf
Midalita.
does not like that. Midalita does not like that. She growls.
She doesn't like works.
She doesn't like people riding her.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Maybe you.
Okay.
So yeah, making your way inside, one of the guards allow you in, but give you they give you a warning, basically saying don't cause no trouble.
No.
And they send you in to talk to the Jarl of this province. Seated on after there's a couple large banquet tables, and a few people walking around here and there with guards posted every so often. It's much warmer inside, and you can see there's a wooden seat at the end with a man sitting there like this. What's something the Jarl say?
I'm just trying to think of Skyrim right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally just haven't seen a Goliath in these parts in some time. This is that's where you live from. Wait.
Dragonborn, you finally arrived. We'll look directly at Ezra.
True.
Just kidding.
I get it.
Yes. Can I help the lot of you?
Aye. We're here to defeat all evil.
Yes, can you
Point us in the right direction.
Where are the enemies coming from?
He's like, my wife's in the bath.
Whoa.
Got him.
The enemies are coming from some of the neighboring towns next to our great city. There has been a lot of dissent lately. This accent has turned into Russian.
Da.
They both
Da?
live in the cold and run due to small dictatorships.
That's it. I don't know why they've started acting out all of a sudden. This is normally a fairly peaceful province.
We're here on a mission of evil.
Yes.
A mission to stop evil.
Okay, and whenever you say that, the guards, and then you say stop evil, they're like,
Yes, we were sent here to find the source of this evil, so just point us towards that village. What time is it in the game?
in the game, it was about nightfall, so now it's after sunset.
Okay.
Dark. Dark. I don't know if you've heard, but we're about to have a pretty big storm that might last a little while.
And I'm shivering over here. Hey guys, can we sleep in the tavern tonight upstairs?
Good luck getting to the tavern from here. I'll set you visitors up with a room in this, what is it?
Citadel.
In the keep.
I was gonna say, I get free. If they worship my goddess,
Okay.
they get free bed and healing. But it's probably not.
We worship a few goddesses here. Whom is your goddess?
The great goddess Medell. I pull out my glowing mace.
We do not directly worship her, but I know some of the people in this province do, and we do respect her and her teachings.
I'm with this guy. I also worship.
I know, I don't think we get any free stuff.
Not sure about the wolf though.
Yeah, like a complimentary bathrobe or something.
She's nice.
She better not cause any trouble. If she does, you're responsible.
Of
She
course.
tried to
of
tear my
course.
leg off once.
Understandable.
No, it's
no, no.
it's okay.
That's understandable.
Alright, we'll take that free room and go to bed, maybe. I do.
Yeah, they have like a couple servants come help you.
I go into rage while it's
I rage 8. Blow a hole through the wall of the citadel.
They do bring you a coat, actually.
Oh, thank goodness.
Mm.
I will tip them generously.
It is half your weight.
50% of free.
I just thinking about those big fluff coats and the tiny little things.
Yeah. They only have human size.
Yeah, they get y'all some coats, anybody that needs it.
Nice.
Not you. You're fine.
How much is it worth?
You like the cold.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I mean,
I take off more clothing.
Yeah,
Like-
it's a little warm in here.
like a gold each, probably. I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to pay for it.
Wait, they're paying us a gold each? Sweet,
No.
guys.
Go back.
Resting time.
Resting time.
Time for a long
Yes.
rest.
They take you down. They start taking you down a hall, and as you're walking down, actually,
damage.
it's like a 1 by maybe 2 by 2, since it's so even fit. As you're making your way kind of down the hall, somebody steps out and pushes past you real quick. Somebody that you actually vaguely recognize.
Great. Just kidding.
Is it lesbian?
Yes, Leslie.
A gold dragonborn pushes past, like she is walking with purpose right now, but she's walking in the opposite direction.
Hey, look,
Hey, you trying to sleep?
Yeah, she stops about halfway.
But next to Uli. Uli
It's
was
in
like,
the name,
oh, you
bro."
want to stay next to me?
She kind of gives you a puzzled look. Shakes her head and then keeps moving.
Oh.
Oh yeah, this is back
It
then.
takes it personally.
We don't
Oh,
know her yet.
I introduced myself.
Oh, that's right. We're back in time.
Oh.
Your friends are dying with each other.
Wait, does that mean
Remember
I mean we
Titan?
find the others, right?
You could theoretically find yourselves.
I follow.
I find myself.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd love to find myself.
Okay, you all get set up with rooms. Let's see. They're trying to minimize the rooms, so because they only have so many. So I'm gonna say the direwolf's gonna sleep on the floor. There's enough room in your room to fit one other person.
See, I don't take up much space at all.
I figured you wouldn't. Who's rooming up with who?
I'm a pretty big boy, so I don't know.
So, Harry's fine.
You're like lie down on the bed and you're like creaks and like your legs hanging off of it.
Got it.
Boys in one room, girls in the other.
You get him.
Gosh. What's up?
He just walks into your room and lies down on the bed and it creaks.
With the beds.
Good thing we're on both beds. I call top. Got it.
Yeah, and then the lady like shows you into your room. And, yeah.
Why don't we
Oh,
all
that's
just fall
not
asleep?
going to be a fun movie.
We should all just
That's
fall
just
asleep
an
at the
AM
bar like
song.
we always do.
Yeah.
Guys.
They put Gray with Ezra. Oh God.
Nice.
They're also You didn't follow the rest of them, did you? You didn't follow with the rest of them, did you? To see the
I
room
follow
sign?
with it.
To Ezra? Or Lesra? Sorry.
Oh gosh. Let's see what find him. What's his name?
Pew?
Yeah, there's the name Pew.
P-U? Yeah. Okay. So that the room assignment is for the room assignment though is for them to share a room with you. You get to share a room with Gray and Ezra.
So I have to make
Wait,
Ezra.
We put you in a room with another far traveler that's going to be staying. Somebody that's already got her stuff set up.
I don't know actually.
Where's Leslie's room?
Yeah, where's his room?
The room you set, the room they set you up in. You have the other bed.
Oh, we won't
My
need two
oh
beds,
my.
baby.
I just shimmy my way out.
What? No.
Get out of here.
There's Titans.
No, I have to
His
be
brother,
shimmy.
right? Titan is his brother.
What's
Right?
up, y'all?
Don't mark me.
Yeah.
Wild Surge! Here comes the Calico! Oh no,
That's the same one.
yeah.
Yeah. You find that Lesra is going to the bar.
There we go.
Yeah, there's like a small like tavern set up inside the keep, like a small section of the keep with a little bar. Like how a hotel has a little bar, you know.
See into your minds.
Yeah, she sits down there and like is getting drinks.
I gotta stop before before I get too close. I practice Nick's voice.
Okay.
Can I get it down pretty good? My performance.
Yeah, you can roll performance for that.
Dude, I get it.
Not 20, dude.
For performance 9.
Plus 5, that's actually.
I mean, it's all right.
Hey, Lesra!
Your voice cracks a little bit.
I say it's good enough. I cast minor illusion,
What?
and I basically like sit like a seat, 2 seats away, and have Nix sit between them.
Can you minor illusion that? Or is
Seduce.
that
Yeah, she's 5 feet.
Roll to seduce some big.
She's smaller than 5 feet.
Oh, wait, it was on 19 and then it fell.
Oh, sure.
It's supposed to be nuts.
okay?
You gotta go to
I see if I can get. I have Nix play Orange Club sit there and listen to him.
What time's it, Sean?
See what he says anything or something. Drink. We'll see what happens so far.
Yeah, Lesra orders like some to-go drinks, basically a few bottles of a few different things.
Can't think of Nix, but you would say exactly.
I use one.
She's upstairs.
I see it right there.
1d10.
Because you're always hitting on her, aren't you?
Yes.
Can I buy you an extra drink or something? Something like that.
She turns, looks at both of you.
Well, I like paying attention. I'm just looking away.
Sorry, what's happening? Is he puppeteering you?
She, like the bartender puts like the bottles on the counter and she leaves some gold and grabs all 3 of them and starts walking back to her room.
I can't think of anything. This is why I don't talk to girls in real life.
God.
The door opens up. Lesra walks in with 3 bottles. She shuts the door behind you and locks it. And then she turns and looks at you. And she walks over, sits down on her bed, uncorks one of the bottles with one of her claws,
I like it.
and just downs the whole thing.
I'm impressed.
And she lies down her in bed.
It just comes.
You hear her say,
Get
"Your
over.
friend is weird."
Oh, I know. Good night.
No,
She
that's
doesn't.
not where it ends.
That's where it ends.
She doesn't say anything else the rest of the night.
Mhm.
But
You
occasionally
seduce.
you hear her get up and
Always works.
drink more.
I use my illusion mix to try to get free drinks the rest of the night.
Roll a d20 for me. You're trying to get free drinks?
Yeah.
It's going to be persuasion.
Persuasion. It's also 5. So 16.
Bartender sees right through it.
Oh,
Not 20.
I'm trying to get it from the gentleman in the bar, not just the bartender.
Gentlemen,
The drunk gentleman.
You're trying to seduce drunk gentlemen
No,
now?
I'm trying to just get drinks from them.
Oh, I was like, who are you seducing?
okay, you managed to get a few drinks.
Alright,
So your illusion tries to grab them and they just...
Nah, when the drink is in front of them, I just kind of reach through my illusion.
Okay.
Move through.
Dude, all of a sudden I see an arm
Go
come
through my stomach.
Devious.
Oh my gosh!
Roll 2d20s for Constitution saving throws. Trying not to get wasted.
Oh, 2d20? 2d what?
Yeah, just a d20 and then another d20. Do it twice.
11.
Okay, you're feeling pretty tipsy,
Nice.
to say the least.
Alright, now it's my time. Now I can annoy Azra.
Okay, yeah. You get back in your room and they're literally like angrily talking to each other.
Mm.
It carries on like this for quite a bit of the night, but it's hard to care. Those were some good drinks.
I use my illusion, and except for image, I use the most like monkey clinking sounds of both in Azra's ear.
Ah. Okay, he's going to attack you.
He doesn't know it's I can't do it from the
I don't care. Yeah. He goes to bed. And so does Gray. At multiple times in the night, your direwolf walks over and tries to sleep on your lap. And you cannot breathe until you move her.
So
I move over there. I thought he was checking. Reciprocate.
Constitution saving throw.
I think it's like bigger than me.
Maybe about your size. I think you're a large creature.
I'm a large creature, but it weighs like way more than
Oh
me.
yeah. Make another. Wait, what'd you make on the first one?
8.
Okay.
You die. You die in your sleep.
You wake up and yeah, it's not feeling great.
Okay.
So you have to remove her a couple times. Yeah.
You don't get a long rest.
Yeah.
You get a short rest.
Gosh, I
Just-
should be mad.
No. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Was there really 10 already? Damn.
It is 10:14. All right. Thank you for anybody that dropped in. I'll have this on YouTube as soon as I can.
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Like and
Leave a
subscribe.
comment.
Donate.
Bill. Merchant buy me.
Link commercial bio. That concludes this episode of Critical Role. Just kidding. Dungeons and Donors.
Well done
Are we
today,
making an
DM.
intro thing?
What?
Are we making an intro thing?
Oh, we could. I'm trying to work on character art right now.
So do that. Critical Role, like I haven't seen this. I don't know. I'm only on their first season or whatever.
Yeah.
And their intro is pretty cool. We're doing this.
If y'all come up with an idea, we'll work with something.
If I had a computer, I'd probably do some animation.
Okay. But yeah, I'm cutting the stream.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.